A Prince Freddie sleep story. The night the moon came down to swim. Prince Freddie was walking the shore in that particular hour. The beach belonged to no one. The tourists were long gone. The fishermen not yet risen. The sea was dark and flat. Above it, just stars. And between them, a circular absence. He stopped. He looked up, then down the water. The moon was not in the sky. His tail went still. He sniffed the salt air, turning his head slightly toward the far end of the beach. Then he heard it. From behind the rocks at the cove end of the beach, the sound of something in the water. Not waves, not a fish, something breathing. He trotted toward the rocks, his short legs moving fast over the firm, wet sand, his crown catching the starlight as he went. Behind the rocks, in a shallow cove hidden from the main beach, the sea glowed softly, like a lamp turned very low. In the middle of that glow, floating on her back, was the moon. She was the size of a person, made of old silver and patient light. Her hair spread around her in the water. "Oh," she said, without opening her eyes, "I wasn't expecting company. I wasn't expecting to find the moon in a rock pool," Freddie said. "But here we are." She opened one eye. "You're very calm about this?" "I've met a cloud who dropped every star in the sky into the sea," Freddie said, "and a fish who listens to 500 years of history. I try not to be too surprised by things." The moon closed her eye again. "I just needed to swim. One night. All that time up there. And I have never once been in it." She moved one hand slowly through the water. "I had no idea it was this cold, or this good. Will anyone notice you're gone?" "That is the question," she said. She said it the way people say something they have said to themselves too many times. People need me. The tides, the navigation, the sleep cycles. I have responsibilities. Freddie sat on the rock above the cove and looked out to sea. Where the moon wasn't, the water was dark. But where the cove glowed, the light was spreading outward from her, catching the crests of distant waves and returning them silver. "Look at the water," he said. The moon lifted her head. The sea reflected her light back up, not in a flat mirror way. The water broke her light into 1,000 pieces. It scattered across the horizon. More light, perhaps, than if she had stayed in the sky. The sea's been doing this all along, Freddie said. Every night. It multiplies you. It holds you and sends you out. It's been doing your work for as long as there's been a sea. The moon was quiet for a long moment. The water around her barely moved. And tonight, Freddie continued, while you're in it, the sea is doing what it always does, catching your light and sending it everywhere. You haven't left. You've just come closer. She looked at the glowing water around her. Then she laughed, softly, a sound somewhere between a sigh and a bell. The cove brightened by 1 degree. 40,000 years, she said. Never once did I ask what the sea felt. I think the sea is glad of the company, Freddie said. I think it always has been. She swam for a while longer. He sat on the rock and kept watch. The tide came in small increments. A few stars drifted past overhead. Somewhere up the coast, a clock was ticking. The world was going about its business. When she was ready, she rose from the water without any drama. No thunder, no ceremony. Just the quiet movement of someone who had got exactly what they came for. Gracias, she said, and looked at him with her old eyes. For sitting with me, for not making it strange. Come back whenever you need to, Freddie said. The cove will be here. She smiled once. Then she rose and moved skyward. By the time Freddie reached the main beach, the silver road stretched across the water. It reached further up the shore than before. He walked home along the tide line. The moon lit his path. He glanced up. There she was, back where she belonged. The sea caught and scattered her light everywhere. The cottage came into view. His human had left the shutters open. Moonlight lay across the floor in a clean white rectangle. Freddie stood in the doorway for a moment and let it fall over him. His sun-kissed fur turned silver. His human was already asleep. Freddie hopped up carefully. He circled once, twice, 3 times. Then he dropped onto his side with a long exhale. His legs folded beneath him. His nose found the warm place in the covers. The moonlight lay across the bed. He was in it, his eyes closed. Outside, the sea kept on reflecting the moon, quietly, faithfully, as it always had, and would, long after this particular night was done. The end. Rest well, Prince Freddie. Tonight, the moon is exactly where she belongs. Gracias.